Hello everyone, welcome to Sports Etc. I'm Mike Neville. Today we're going to feature Pritt Motorsports, and we're talking with Ryan Pritt. When you think of motorsports, family is the first word you might think of because you remember the Pettys and the Earnhardts and all those other names in NASCAR racing. Well, it even starts at the ground level in the short track series, and Ryan Pritt has been racing for a number of years. In fact, how many years have you been doing this thing?
I think about 10 maybe.
Did you start out in go-karts?
No, four-wheelers.
Oh, okay.
Off-road.
So you're a little different because most people start out in the go-karts, but you start out in the four-wheelers. So what was that like?
Oh, it was fun. We carried the tradition, won the first race I ever went to on a dirt track, and then my brothers got into go-karts, and I sold the four-wheelers, got into go-karts, and I wasn't very good in it.
Yeah. Do you remember that first win, though, with the four-wheelers? I mean,
yeah.
Because a pretty fresh memory?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was raining, muddy. Couldn't decide which tires to put on. Finally, we decided. Coming across the start-finish line, we blew the motor sky high.
which happens in racing.
Oh, yeah,
obviously.
yeah, definitely.
Did you lead early? I mean, were you ready right up front from the beginning, or did you have to fight your way to the front?
Nope. Led the last corner, or not even the last corner. I led the last 20 feet of the race.
Wow.
Because the other guy got stuck in the mud. I went around with the big tires we had on. And
right.
That was it. Led the 20 feet, and that was it.
Where was that at? Where was it
at? Cartersville. It used to be called Bodacious Motorsports, I guess it was.
Okay.
I don't think it's there anymore, but that's where we were and having fun, and didn't think we'd do anything.
Right.
20 laps, or I think it was like 10 laps or so, and pouring down rain and mud, and last 20 feet we won.
So why the struggle from the four-wheeler to the go-karts, do you think?
I don't know. Driver error. Don't know what the brake pedal is, and trying to get from dead last to first in one lap doesn't work out very well.
So you had to learn patience.
Yeah, patience. Still trying to learn to
Still trying to say, I've seen you on a Dominion Raceway. You still are working on that.
Oh yeah, definitely trying to. Still, especially with these patience, it's not, like a U car that we're in now, and 130 horsepower to almost 700. You got to learn to have a light foot, and I haven't yet figured that out.
Right. When you were doing the go-kart, was it in your mind that you were going to race eventually at then old Dominion Speedway in Manassas, and now here at Dominion Raceway in Thornburg, and any other tracks around moving up in the series?
It never crossed my mind at first until, my father, he built a Ford Escort that we found in our neighborhood that a tree had fallen on it, and he ran it a couple times, and finally I got a chance, and I think we had like 16, 17 cars out at Old Dominion, and then young kid not knowing what to do, and I just went, and I think we finished 7th or 8th out of 16, so not bad. And then he took it to Shenandoah a couple times, ran, and then Old Dominion shut down, and now it's houses, and we started 2013 maybe. Right. Racing U-cars at Shenandoah and not knowing what we're doing and how much motor we could have.
Right.
And then it went on from there.
And the U-car division, for people that are not familiar, is supposed to be an entry level for as far as inexpensive racing. That's not always the case, though, is it?
No, not. If it was 10, 15 years ago, it'd be entry level bone stock cars, but. The only thing I would say about that is the tracks are to blame of what the U-cars are now.
Right.
Just because one person allows one thing and then it carries on, and they are what they are now, and, a lot more motor, tires, setup-wise. Not like just going out and getting a car from the junkyard and go racing anymore. And I would imagine it's probably fun to go from track to track, but like you said, there's probably different rules. I mean, I'm sure there's not two tracks that are alike, or you got to do some different setups. If, for example, if you go to Shenandoah, if you go to Southside, wherever. Southside Shenandoah is pretty similar just because they're so flat. Dominion, you definitely have to have a setup there just because we're carrying more speed than we should with the stock car. Right, exactly. With only allowing a couple suspension things here and there. But like I said, it's what the tracks have allowed them to do.
What's the biggest difference, for example, Shenandoah compared to, say, Southside or any other tracks? Obviously, they all have different characteristics.
Southside I was never good at. I ran in the back of the pack there. But Southside's more braking and knowing how to drive that track. John, my brother, he ran really good there. I think top 5 every time he went out there.
Right.
I could just never get the braking down. And then once Shenandoah, we got 1 win. That was just because my brother broke in practice against 4 cars, but a win's a win. But
right.
I mean, I love Dominion. I don't like some of the stuff they do, but
right.
I like it just because it's 10 minutes from my house.
Right, exactly.
I got a pretty good track record there.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Speaking of you and John, when you get out on the track, and sometimes when the old man gets out there, Jimmy gets out there, does the adrenaline get a little bit extra? You say, you obviously you want to win, you want to grab that checkered flag, but also is it in the back of your mind say, I want to get ahead of these guys?
Yeah.
More so than other competitors?
Oh, yeah, that's just family bragging.
Right.
But, I'm not worried about the old man. Now, John, if he could ever keep a car together, he'd be definitely one to worry about.
Right.
He's smooth driving, got good equipment.
Right. Exactly.
So it's just, I take more to beating the outsiders like Southside coming down. Right. The best of the best coming from there. If I go to their track, they're going to beat me.
Sure.
You come to my track, I'm going to beat you.
That's your home turf. You want to protect it, sure.
So, but like I said, if John could keep his stuff together, he'd be one to, worry about. But now that Dominion stock that he's got, so hopefully we can get that one going and he can get back up front in that one.
Exactly. All right, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Ryan about defending track champ. First year at Dominion Raceway, he won the track championship in the U-Car division. He's now going to be driving this number 4. He's driven it a little bit this season, but he's going to be in it full-time next year. It's a modified. We're going to get the difference between driving this and the U-Car. We're going to come back with more. Stay with us.
Short track racing is the grassroots of motorsports. Pritt Motorsports has been racing on the local track scene for over 30 years. Sponsorship opportunities exist for next season. Call 703-618-5122 for more information. Pritt Motorsports fields cars in the U-Car, modified, and Dominion stocks. Racing is in their blood. To inquire about sponsorship opportunities with Pritt Motorsports, call 703-618-5122.
We are Pritt Motorsports.
If you're broke down and need a tow, call the professionals at Eagle Towing and Recovery, 540-834-3500. The Tuning family has been serving the area for 50 years. Eagle Towing and Recovery does local and long-distance towing, off-road recovery, and lockouts. Eagle Towing and Recovery, 540-834-3500. The name to remember the next time you need a tow. Eagle Towing and Recovery also services Dominion Raceway. Eagle Towing and Recovery, 24-hour towing service. We may doze, but we never close. 540-834-3500.
And welcome back, Sports Etc. We're talking with Ryan Pritt, the defending track champ out of Dominion Raceway in the U-Car division. Not going to win a championship this year, but tell me about that first year at Dominion Raceway. Your name is in the books. Your name is in the record books. You are the first track champion at Dominion Raceway in the U-Car division. That's got to be pretty special.
Yeah. My names will always be, on the hood there, in the record books, everything.
And you had a magical season. Tell me about that. Unlike this year where you got off to a pretty good start, then all of a sudden the racing bad luck bug bit you, and you weren't able to compete, defend your title.
Yeah. Last year, it started off as, Al with Eagle Towing. He came on board, first person on board. We weren't going to run a full schedule, a limited schedule. And then, we go out April 16th, my 30th birthday, turned 30 that night.
Wow.
I had my brother running second, he was shoving me. He was nice. He could have, taken it at any chance, but, Tech Shed would have been a different story, but, we'll let it go. But yeah, we never thought we'd go out there and win. I know a fast car that, Jesse Jones,
right.
He had some motor problems beginning, and then he come from dead last to third within the last couple laps. So we got lucky. Lucky is probably the word to use, but lucky's better than good.
You need racing luck. You need luck to be a champion.
So after that, we thought being lucky and everything else, we would just cruise through the season, and then not running all the races. And when we won the first race, we all looked at each other and said, I guess we got to run the full season. And then, Macco Tools with Mark Breeden, he came on board. Fisher's Auto Parts came on board. And then, my dad helping us all out and everything too. And then 6 wins last year. And
what'd you end up winning the points championship by? Do you remember how many points?
2 points.
Really? Is that all?
2 points we won by.
Wow. They came right down to the wire.
Yeah, last race of the season, all I had to do was not finish last.
Okay.
And then Mike Sims finished, he came off the track with like 18 to go, and then my brother and Blaine got into a wreck with a couple laps, and that won it. So I just hung back and cruised around until the finish.
And then grabbed yourself a track championship. Congratulations, by the way, on that. Now, of course, this year, as we mentioned, you had got off to a really good start. I thought you're going to defend this thing, but again, it's a long season. I mean, you think about it's like from April to October. Yeah. I mean, that's a long season. You need that racing luck, and like I said, midway through, the racing luck caught up with you in a bad way because you were blowing. You had mechanical problems. It was nice that some people gave you some cars to drive, and you were competitive to try to keep those points up. But Aaron Donnelly, who ended up winning the track championship, was a little bit more consistent. And of course, E.J. Kenny came on in the latter portion of the season too, and. Don Schumann also had a nice run going, but it's unfortunate. But you took it pretty well in stride. I will say that. But I know you wanted to defend that thing.
Oh yeah, definitely wanted to defend it. At the beginning of the year, I didn't have anything to prove.
Right.
I had 6 wins from last year. Finished 36 in the whole United States, Mexico, and Canada last year.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to do it, but I came into the season, just wanted to have fun. Again, April 16th, on my birthday again.
Right.
First race of the season, we were out front leading, I think it was the first 8 laps, and then the car I ended up driving from week 2nd to the 6th race actually got into my left rear and spun me head on into the wall.
Right.
Destroyed my favorite car ever.
Right.
That had some sentimental value to it, but we live and learn, and then David Gauntz and Loretta Gauntz, they actually let me run their Neon that I have 3 wins in that one.
Right.
But, at that point, we were too far back, and then midway through the season, we looked at the points and we were leading again.
Right.
And then I didn't finish a race of all of the month of August. So
that was one that's a month you'd like to cross out and not relive again.
Yeah, I definitely would like to have that month back. But helping Don Schumann out, he's been an unofficial teammate.
Right.
He helps me, we help him. Like I said, David Gauntz and Loretta, they let me the Neon to run. Won 3 races in that, first win in that car for those, and then we built our new car finally. And then the first race out with that one, we finished 2nd, and then we won the next week after that.
Right.
So good car, but then I got this one.
Yeah. Now you're going to move up into the modified, and we're going to talk about the Dutch today. But the UCAR family, and there are certain drivers, obviously, in that group that I know that you are close with and that you have a good rapport. Now, not everybody, we know about some rivalries. We're not going to get into that. But anyways, we know there's some rivalries, but is it important for you now to cultivate some of those friendships in this division moving up? Because, you got the Humlets, Chris and Jimmy, and some other guys in that division. Are you trying to kind of cultivate a little friendship just to, because, like I say, everybody's got adrenaline and competitiveness, but you still need that friendship to maybe help you out. And I know there are some folks that helped you out. Like you said, the Gonzes helped you out in the UCAR. But how important is that for you moving up to the Modifieds to have that kind of friendship?
And the Modifieds is real big because with a UCAR, it's just go down in the corner.
Right.
And as my buddy E.J. Kenny says, is just send it. Well, you can't send these. Mark Slide, the original owner of this, and Jerry Dance, who sent it up, Mike Rudy and all of them, they said a phone call away, they can come help. But too much pride. My brother's pretty good. He put a good setup in it this weekend. We just lost it. But friendship-wise, UCAR guys are always willing to help out.
Right.
I think between me, John, and my dad, there's a part in every Cavalier and Sunfire out there from us. Exactly. We'd rather have the cars, race the cars. I actually talked to Chris Humlet for about 45 minutes Saturday. Right. He said, anything you need, help-wise.
Not bad knowledge to tap into right there.
Oh, yeah, especially with Jimmy and Chris. They're the top dogs in the Modifieds. Tony Fowler, all of them, they've helped me out, giving me tire pressure setup-wise, trying to get it close. We're still chasing it, but friendship there is, good.
Now, the average fan's going to look at this, and then you look at the Yukon and go, whoa. I mean, it's obviously, just from a look, you look at it and say, what a difference. And you mentioned horsepower. You're starting to feel a little bit more comfortable. I talked to you at the track about this. You're starting to feel a little bit more comfortable, but still, this is a big step up.
Oh, yeah, it definitely, when I got the opportunity from the car owner, Chris Snelling, I thought it was a joke. But he was just like, I've seen you race and that. I'm like, well, that's 700 horsepower. That's 130. He was like, you can do it. And, next thing you know, we got a modified sitting in our shop.
Right.
Am I the best person for it? Probably not, because I like to go fast. But, I got a great group of guys around me, from family to sponsors to potential sponsors out there, always helping.
Exactly.
So, like I said, I can't do it without my family, my sponsors. I don't see how people do it out of pocket.
Right. And the other thing too, Ryan, is the fact that next year you'll probably be in this full time. You may dab a little bit and then maybe try a U-Car ride for a night or whatever. But you were going from the U-Car division to the modified in the same night, and that's taxing, number one, and number two, trying to get used. Going from that U-Car to, because usually the U-Cars ran before the modified. So I mean, it was tough. And do you think that that's going to give you a little bit more confidence that you can just concentrate for the most part solely on this number 4 car?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm no longer a U-Car owner anymore. I sold my U-Car Saturday night. This is my big opportunity here. It was thrown in front of me. Here, have it. I'm the type of person that I don't like running in the back. But this year, I know everybody's still running for a championship. Didn't want to get in their way. Like I said, we're still chasing setup-wise. I did figure out that if you need tires, you buy tires.
There you go.
But once we get the hang of it, I think we'll be all right. But like you said, going from a U-Car to this in one night, it's what do I do? How do I do it? Like Saturday night, running this first and then getting into a U-Car, I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing again. So, but I've always wanted to drive something big. My brother, he got the 71 Dominion stock. And, being a little brother, big brother's got to show him up a little bit. So, I got this and, didn't know how I would do, but, I've only put it in the wall once, but not my fault.
Right.
But, it's...
I like that little disclaimer.
But it's a big difference. Like I said, 130 horsepower to 700 is night and day difference.
Right. So, well, go back to the first segment. Remember that first word that we used early in the segment, patience.
Patience.
That's you got to tape that on the front there.
Oh, yeah. No,
I don't know if it'll help because I know you, and it probably won't help. But.
I mean, I know, I got a great spotter in Barry, BB. He drives the 79 Dominion stock, but he keeps me calm in the car. My Uncle Reggie, who does good lettering work, too.
Yeah, he sure does.
Al on the radio, my other uncle, on the radios. They keep me safe out there, and if I'm doing something stupid, they let me know.
Right, exactly. Well, listen, thanks for the time.
Thanks,
Always
sir.
great talking to you. And I know you're a fan favorite out there at Dominion Raceway. Wish you great success next season in this number 4 modified.
Thank you, sir. It'll be completely different next year, too. Will not be yellow.
Okay. Don't like that yellow color, huh?
No.
Okay. So look for a different color. Same number?
Same number.
Same number. Right. It's going to be number 4. Just look for a different color scheme next year out at Dominion Raceway. My thanks to Ryan Pritt, and we thank you for watching Sports Etc. right here with MHN Sports. Stay and have a great night.
Thank you.